And we're recording.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
So, I am Joe.
I'm Beth.
And this is our first episode of Beth and Joe Makes.
Beth and Joe Makes.
Beth and Joe Makes.
Yes.
Not our first attempt at doing a podcast, but hopefully this one's going to go better. And fingers crossed, all that fun stuff. We are inspired by all of the wonderful podcasts that have been coming up because of quarantine with everybody's specifically social distancing, but specifically like the knitting podcast that we've been watching. But we're going to branch out a little bit more into like just making of things. Not that other people aren't doing that either, because they are, but like I've been specifically watching the knitting podcasts.
Yes.
This is possibly going to be interesting. I'm not sure how much bloopers are going to make it onto the video.
And now there's a garbage truck outside. So let's just keep
Wait
going.
a minute.
Our
Okay.
battery is, sorry.
That's fine. Okay. We are going to keep going. The window is open.
Do you want to wait a minute?
No.
Okay.
I figured you can probably just edit this crap out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means we'll probably just leave it in.
Okay.
We'll see.
That is the way that we tend to do.
Yeah.
We have 5 cats and a dog, so things might get interesting in that house here.
Right.
We don't know how this is going to go.
And also, our battery was not freshly charged because I forgot. So.
Yes, but we've been putting this off, and so if we don't go ahead and do it, we're just going to keep putting it off, and it's getting to that point where it's like, it's getting too heavy.
Yes.
So
we're going to do it. Even if it's short, we're just going to do it.
We're just going to do it. So we're going to go over the things that, standard making, sharing, podcast sort of a thing, right? We're going to show what we've done recently. We're going to show our works in progress. We're going to show the things that we want to be working on also. And that's it.
Yes. And if I can figure out how to edit, I will put pictures of the projects in here.
Right. We're also pretty new at the whole editing software stuff, wherein we don't tend to edit when we make videos at all.
Just figured out how to splice it, and that's it. That's what I know so far. Hopefully I'll learn as we go along and they'll get better.
Right, and that's how it tends to work, right? So this is going to suck. So thanks for watching.
If you're watching this, thank you so much. Probably nobody is. But.
Right. But that's cool. That's fun. We did actually write down notes. The first time we tried to record this, we didn't, and then we had no idea.
And it was a disaster. Flaming disaster.
There's a reason why you're not seeing that.
Yeah.
So I guess, that Molly, that's your face. I'm sorry, love.
So should we start with finished objects?
Well, a little bit first. How long we've been knitting?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Brief intro. There you go.
Intro. So,
yeah.
I have been knitting for probably, I think, 12 years now. The first, 5 to 7 was basically rectangles and squares, right? I've done dishcloths, I've done scarves. I started branching out maybe 5 years ago now.
Yeah, about right.
And I really only got to the point where I was a year-long knitter a couple of years ago. So, yeah, that's me.
And now she's a knitting addict.
Yeah, I have to have something on my mind all the time. And in fact, my commute to work recently changed from being on the bus to biking in, and I love biking in, but I miss the knitting time.
Yeah.
That's me.
I started knitting, how long did you say yours was, 15?
12 years or so?
So I started knitting maybe around, a little before that, I think, a year or 2 prior to that.
Yes.
At the same time as I started trying to teach myself to spindle spin, which I did for a bit, but never got really good at it.
Right.
I sort of dropped knitting for a while. I just basically did rectangles also, a couple triangles.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got really into spinning, so I was very into spinning for a couple of years. I have a couple of wheels.
You have a few wheels.
I have, I think, 4 right now, but one doesn't really work. One is electric.
Right.
So, and then so I also have other various crafts that I do that you'll probably see here as well, including sewing.
You will 100% see.
Yeah.
Not probably.
Right. So that's us.
That's us.
In a nutshell.
Yep. I mostly just knit. I knit and I write. She does a lot more of other things. She gets really into everything.
I do jewelry making, just beading basically, sewing, hand sewing. I make dolls. That's another thing I've gone back and forth to several times. I make candles.
Yeah.
And then I'm starting to get really into bullet journaling right now.
Yes.
So you'll probably also see that on this channel.
Yeah. Okay.
And you might see some solo videos from either or both of us, and you'll also see.
Who knows what's going to happen?
You also see the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I guarantee you, at some point, you will see cats. I don't know about right now because now.
And possibly a dog too.
You're probably definitely going to hear a dog.
You'll hear her if you don't see her.
That's right. So, I figure we're going to just go over our last few things that we've made.
Yeah.
I'm starting basically with the things that I've made in August and September.
I make so many things that I'm not going to go through all of them, but just the most recent ones.
Right. Right. So, I think I'm going to go with the hats first. That's yours. Where's my other hat? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, the things that I made in August.
I love this.
Oh, so this, I'm going to get up and try to show this to you. This
you
is
need to
be
because
great.
the yarn.
Where's the lens?
Look at that.
This is the Barley Light hat by Tin Can Knits. Everybody knows those patterns. And this is the first hat that I've made for myself that I've loved. The yarn is Knitted Wit. It's their Queen Bess sock yarn.
Gorgeous.
So if I had known how much I was going to like this colorway, look, just hold on.
Don't you wish they could touch it?
Oh God. If I had known, that's picking up pretty true to life.
That's picking up pretty well.
Yeah. If I had known how wonderful I was going to like this yarn when I got it and how it knits up, I would have spent way too much money and bought a sweater's worth because I really. So for my clothes, I tend to, and I haven't really knit garments at this point. I've done a sweater for my mom. I've done sweaters for the dog, and I've done a baby sweater that you're going to see in a minute. I don't tend to wear patterny or like colorful. I like solids that I wear.
Neutrals.
Yeah, but I would wear the hell out of this. So I wish that I had got that. The Queen Bess was a limited. It's one of their. I think it was one of their Her Stories sock limited. Blah blah blah. My sum assembly is going to be required with my sentences. So sorry about that. So that's this one, and then we liked it so much that I then made another one. This one's a slightly lighter fingering, and it is where's the lens?
It's
This one was the Yarn at Home Mom.
The Yarn at Home Mom.
Right.
And it's mint. It's something mint. It's the Brigadoon base.
Brigadoon?
Brigadoon, sorry.
It's okay. Brigadoon base. And I don't know if it was mint chocolate chip or whatever. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Her Etsy shop is closed and has been since I've been trying to find more of her yarn, which wasn't until after all this COVID stuff started.
We went to this yarn store, which is our local yarn store. What's it called?
Cozy Yarn.
We've been there one time. I don't think they've been open for very long.
I don't know how long they've been open for, but we went there in February.
Right before COVID started.
And then we haven't been back, which is probably good for our wallets, but
yes.
Sad for us.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last thing, that was also Barley Light.
And she knitted that one for me, and I love it.
Yeah, that one's hers.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I made is my first pullover for a human.
So cute.
For a human, and this is flax. Tin Can Knits. You're going to see a theme with these. I think most of our patterns for today is Tin Can Knits.
We like them.
Our Tin Can Knits. And I made this one my sister-in-law's nephew, who is brand new, and so I was going to make them a baby Afghan, but then that was too much knitting. And they are moving from Florida to Japan, so they're going from no winter to winter, so I get to make a sweater, so I did. So those are my finished objects of recent note. These are yours.
Should I do mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yours next.
I don't have as many knitting finished objects. Okay, so maybe I'll just show the knitting today.
Whatever. That's fine.
So this is my first one. This is a Barley, not Barley Light, but it's a Barley hat. And this is Cascade 220 yarn in ballerina. And when I made this for myself, I had blonde hair. And then I colored my hair, and now I realize this really isn't going to look that great on me. So I don't know if I'm actually going to wear it, and it's also a lot heavier than what I would like.
Right.
Maybe because
on the coldest days.
On the coldest days, I might need it.
Right.
And then.
And that's part of why I made
Did you
the
put
other
that
hat
over
for you.
there?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
She's setting me up for
Just
failure.
trying to help.
And then these are maize mitts from Tin Can Knits that I made recently.
This is the theme.
And I really like the detailing on here. It's I don't know if you can call it that. It's texturing. And this color is hot pink. And I really like them. And I have circulation issues in my fingers, so I'm going to get a lot of use out of these.
Yes.
Starting very soon because the weather's starting to get cool. Yay! Fall, our favorite season is here. Nanner!
We have
A doll.
Oh.
I have to make some of these for the cats too.
Yeah, you do.
So the other thing I've been making recently, and I might show I might show these off on another video actually. But the other thing I've been making recently is these little dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the ones that I'm making are bigger than this. I actually made 2 tiny ones like this, and then I got frustrated.
Come on, move your head out of the way. Thank you.
Sorry.
Doesn't want to focus.
No, well that's okay.
But it's a cute little cat face.
You can get an idea. So I got frustrated because it's really hard to stuff them when they're this tiny.
But they're so cute.
But one of our cats just came and plucked one out of here. And I was getting ready, hoping to show the bigger ones. And I don't know if I'm going to do that because our dog got really upset.
She got really excited because we have them stored in an old BarkBox box.
We used to get her bark box, and with COVID, we had a little less money coming in.
Plus, we have more
laid
toys
off.
in here than we have room for.
Right.
So.
But we used to have a ritual where we would take the bark box and put it on the bed, and she'd get to open it. And I just put this box on the bed, not thinking, and she wanted to go in there and get one of the dolls.
Yes, it was very sad.
So now I have to make her a doll.
So we're jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my fault, not yours.
Fine.
So that's what. Is there something else?
No, I forgot to mention that the yarn that I made this out of, because it was for a baby, it was the Karen Simply Soft Solids.
Right.
I don't hate this yarn.
No.
It's fine. It's soft.
In fact, one of my coveted objects I'm thinking of making with this or a similar yarn because
it's more economical.
It takes 1,000 yards, and I can't afford 1,000 yards of wool. So right now.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Could put that back.
So, yes.
You want to move on to works in progress?
Yes. Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. I've got 2 things on the needles right now.
I'm gonna have to go get mine in a minute because it's all the way over there.
That's fine. I'm sorry.
Oh, you forgot my socks.
Those don't really count. I mostly knitted those last year.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gorgeous.
All right.
I'm so excited about these socks.